Among President Meta's reasons for the non-decree of Gent Sakai as foreign minister was the suspicion that he was provided with security certificates by DSIK in violation of the law. Private police forces intervened within the premises of the Faculty of Law and Economics by infringing upon students' rights and breaching the law on higher education. Journalists have voiced their concerns over the anti-defamation package proposed by the government of Edi Rama, calling it unconstitutional and totalitarian. Good evening, it's 6 o'clock on Friday, the 11th of January 2019. Welcome to the English edition of Aura News. My name is Oliver and I'm here to bring you the day's top stories from across the country translated into English. The President of the Republic has not only refused to decree a foreign minister, but Ilir Meta wants to go to great lengths to confirm his suspicion that the Classified Information Security Directorate has indeed violated the law. Through a letter, the head of state urged the Speaker of Parliament and the heads of parliamentary groups to initiate an administrative investigation to determine how it was possible, within a day, for the Classified Information Security Directorate to perform all the checks and verifications for Gent Sakai to receive his security certificates. This fact is supported by the President in a correspondence with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and with the Classified Information Security Directorate itself. The Ministry for European and Foreign Affairs confirms that on the 3rd of January 2019, the institution forwarded Gent Sakai to the Classified Information Security Directorate and provided him with relevant security certificates 1 day later. In the form outlining how the security verification process took place for Mr. Sakai, it did not guarantee the validation of security certificates issued by the Classified Information Security Directorate. The President has raised serious doubts about the 24-hour verification process and the unethical operations of DSIK, especially when the verification had to be extended to a partner organization in Kosovo. Therefore, Meta's call also goes to every MP of the Assembly to set up an investigative commission and to investigate this process. The President of the Republic requested MPs of the Assembly to evaluate these findings with the purpose of establishing, according to law, a parliamentary investigation committee for the development of DSIK activities on the process of security verification for Gent Sakai, Deputy Minister for European and Foreign Affairs. At the same time, opposition leader Luzim Basha said he would seek a parliamentary investigation not only for DSIK, but also for the Prime Minister and all the institutions involved in this case. The establishment of an investigative committee in the Assembly can be granted after the request among 1/5 of the deputies, or 28 deputies in total. The persistence among students at the Faculty of Economics and Law has brought about new clashes and physical confrontations with private police and security guards. As seen in the viral video, students are violated by private police officers while in breach of the law on the grounds of the university. Students claim violence and pressure have been deployed against them in order to stop their right to protest. The intervention of private police on the premises of the university is done in violation of the law on higher education, according to Article 5, Section 80 in 2015, which provides that the intervention of the organs of public order in the academic environment is to be permissible with the request or permission of the head of the institution of higher education. Only in the case of committing a flagrant offense or in the case of a natural disaster and/or emergency situation, the bodies of public order retain the right to interfere even without the permission from the head of the institution of higher education. The law clearly states that the infringement upon the inviolability of institutions of higher education shall be penalized according to legislation by force. Effective private police who guard the premises of the Faculty of Economics during the late night hours entered the auditoriums where the students were enclosed and removed the tables and desks with which they had blocked the doors. The presence of state police forces at the University of Economics was not in violation of the law. Their presence was requested by the dean himself. The University of Tirana has published a letter dated January 10, 2019, outlining Protocol number 120, where Administrator Skirti Dafa requested the state police to establish order and guarantee security within the auditorium. On paper, the University of Tirana's administrator says that the recent situation is causing abnormalities in the learning process, affecting the order and security for all students and academic staff. This is the reason why he urges the state police to take action and maintain their presence at the institution due to the fact that lessons have resumed, but many faculties have had their entrances blocked, deterring students from entering their classrooms. However, it also seems that this letter addressed to the state police does not justify the presence of private guards, nor their alleged violent interferences. Interior Minister Sandor Leschi called on university leaders to leave the university environments alone. Leschi said that they were university leaders who had sought police intervention. He stated, "We have concerns about blocking the doors of universities these past days. Last night, there was a request from university leaders to free the environments occupied by improvised barricades from a small group of people. Actions have been made by private police. The guarantee of university inviolability means inviolability from any form of violence. It is the duty of our university leaders to maintain these free zones for everyone. Go ahead and take the opportunity to invite your university leader who are affected by this phenomenon to carefully guard the premises from any form of violence in order to guarantee the uninterrupted continuity of the learning process." Leschi concluded by stating, "I want to tell those people who have decided to engage in this form of protest that I understand their enthusiastic calls. They say, 'The university is ours.' Well, the university is theirs, but it is also ours, and we need to be sure to leave the universities as free academic and debate zones," said Leschi. From January 11th to February 10th, students with high academic standings will be able to apply for work, and Prime Minister Edi Rama said that the competition for hiring the best will be transparent. In a statement, he said, "The program will be active immediately. It will come into force for those who have finished their studies during the period of 2017 and 2018 and is available to those who are going to finish their studies this year. 800 vacancies are currently open and predominantly in the civil service. I want that every open position of employment in the mortgage sector, the Agency for Legalization, Urbanization, and Integration of Informal Areas and Buildings, and the Agency for Taxes and Customs to be available to those who are the best," said Rama. Rama reiterated that he continues to be bombarded with text messages, which he tries to answer, though it is impossible to answer them all. He even explained to students that he is not able to respond to every one of them. "When I leave from this position as Prime Minister, we shall speak again. You will not find a Prime Minister like me anymore," stated Rama. Meanwhile, the applications for employment start today, and the second call for employment will be in September for those who finish their studies this year. Professional journalists and opposition MPs oppose the anti-defamation package proposed by Prime Minister Edi Rama. At a conference organized by the Democratic Party for Media Freedom, Opposition Chair Luzim Basha claimed that Rama's head of state wanted to censor the freedom of speech by enacting a new law. Media executives and journalists who are directly affected by the anti-defamation package voiced their concerns over what they call a totalitarian situation where the government wishes to introduce such a law into Albanian legislation. Media organizations demanded that the media market should be self-regulating and not be penalized without a court decision. The anti-defamation law prepared by the current Albanian government is being consulted with interest groups and is expected that the parliamentary session will pass it to the Assembly for approval. The shortening of school hours are deemed to be the only solution for students in Berat who have been facing frigid temperatures these past days, as the schools have no heating system. Students are attending their classes with jackets and gloves, while parents blame the municipality for the situation, stating that administrators do not provide heating during instruction. Low temperatures these recent days have highlighted the lack of any heating system in the city of Berat. Schools that are furnished with wood stoves have no wood, while in the new school building there is no central heating system. Under these conditions, the only alternatives students possess are bundling up in jackets, hoods, and gloves during school hours. In several schools, electric heaters purchased by the parents themselves have been put to use, but students say they have no effect whatsoever in warming the classroom environment. Parents have launched complaints saying that this is not a solution and the situation requires a rapid intervention. The municipality of Berat says it is working intensely to guarantee a provision of heating systems for the students, but it will take time. So until then, the only solution is the shortening of school hours. And that's the news from across the country today. Thank you for watching our English edition this evening, and be sure to join me again every Monday to Saturday at 6 p.m. for the latest news from Albania. And once again, on behalf of Ora News, thank you and have a great night.